grab a microphone and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh yeah! Get in here! Come on! Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the Monday night, Thursday night online open mic. It's the one and only, you know what it is, presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I'll be your host for the evening. I am Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. Happy New Year. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. It's 2024. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Know how long we've been rocking, y'all? It's so good to see y'all. But yes, we're gonna keep it rocking. We're gonna keep it flowing. We're gonna keep it going as we do, as we have been doing every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen right now. It is 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. It is truly a different world inside this Zoom. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Every dollar helps. Truly, truly appreciate you. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now? Damn it. You should be, because that cat's all over the place. For real. And he's actually a good dude. This is where you can find me, elemen2al.com. Make sure you plug in so many things coming, so many things in the mix. Trust me, you will see and hear more very soon. Tonight's theme, riddle me this, Batman. Riddle me this. Puzzle pieces, right? These are those questions that just ring in your ear, like you got all the pieces to the puzzle, but there's one missing. But it almost seems like it almost makes the most sense. Like, why is this missing? Like, riddle me this. Why is the easiest piece of the puzzle still missing? Right? That's what tonight is about. As always, if your artistry is not on theme, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to whatever artistry you have brought to share with us this evening. All right, it's going to be an incredible night. It's the first one of the year, so you know what it is. Here are a list of the upcoming themes for the year so far. through February. There are more, of course, coming in the mix. But for now, this is what we're going to be looking at going forward. Back in my day, childhood capers is what we're going to be looking at next week. Really, this is just like, when you were kids, do you remember splashing in puddles just because you had on the rain boots, right? Just because your mom wouldn't let you out the house without the top and the jacket and the boots and all that. So why not just jump in the damn puddle, right? Or kids trying to, sneak snacks into the treehouse, those types of things, right? Back in my day, our childhood capers sounded like this, looked like that. Again, as always, your poem, your comedy, your music doesn't have to be on theme. We are still looking forward to you rocking with us, right? It is the online open mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Open Mic, baby. You in the place to be on this Thursday night. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the poetry this evening. Performers, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your performances, all right? Plus, you got, license to freak out these backgrounds in any way possible, and I love to see it. So, turn your cameras on. As you're getting ready to rip, have your art ready, all right? If you're going analog style, hey, dog ear the page if necessary. If you're got digital files, make sure they're pulled up and ready to rock. If you're got the music jumping off, which listen, the musicians are in the building this evening, make sure you're using original sound. Right, the folks in the building, I did send an attachment to help you set up that original sound. Make sure it is on so we can hear all of your magnificence. All right. Poets, you got 3 minutes to rock. All right. You got a 30-second intro to let the folks know where they can find you, what you have going on. All right. We're trying to keep this thing tight and right. So please keep your timing tight as possible. Truly, I don't want to time cop anybody. I hate that, right? I understand about energy. So please make sure you are keeping your poems within that range. We have reached night 9:30 for the babies, folks. There are explicit lyricists in our community, and some may even trigger some horribly, belligerently, tastefully beautiful flashbacks, all right? But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech, any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated, there is no censorship, all right? Thou hast been warned, right? Poetry is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hast been warned. I'm telling you, it might just get bloody this evening. I promise you. This is a true call and response space. After the poets get up here and they rip open and share a part of who they truly, truly are with us, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all that energy back with the room, back with the performers. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. We gonna make this the rowdiest night of the week anyway. So make sure you are unmuting yourself and giving all that energy to the room. Every ounce of energy that you share with the room will come back to you in the performance of the artist here this evening. The guaranteed list tonight is closed. To sign up for the guaranteed list, you sign up on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You go to nuyorican.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way that you're getting on the guaranteed list, and these tickets will not populate until 24 hours before the show. So make sure you plug in, but also keep in mind, there is also the good luck round. So even if you don't get a chance to get one of the 20 tickets, make sure you follow through because you might just find yourself on the good luck round. All right. Also going on is the Nuyorican Bowery Slam, right? Hosted alternately by J Rose and the Beats. Shout out C4. So many incredible poets going on. These poets will qualify for the Grand Slam at the end of the month. It's serious business, y'all. Promise you. Also, the last Wednesday of every month will be the open mic hosted by Supreme at the Lower East Side Center. And also coming up is the Teen Open Mic. All right. Listen, if you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with all these things. Make sure you are plugging into righttopialab.org. It is incredible, folks. Make sure you are plugging in. All right. Tonight's list. Look at all these incredible poets who have come to spend the rowdiest, hypest night of the week with us. Let's do it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What is good, everyone? I've been waiting all week just to get back to hearing your incredible work. Yabasta. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? The Jedi Master is in the building before I'd even get a chance to like, yo, why didn't I see the Jedi Master? Like, he already jumps up. Yabasta. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jedi Master. Listen, we're going to jump it off this evening, as we always do, with an incredible poet posting the listening chat. So let's get to it, folks. Coming up first, our resident fireman. Fire for fire, man. Ready to blaze it apart as only a fireman can. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Eddie, always great to see you. Set it off this evening. Come on.
Thank you, my bro. Like no other will burst like thunder. Woo! A bro from another mother. Woo! Thank you for burning us right under. If you follow me in chat, you know where it's at. I got 2 short pieces, so I won't take too much time with my rhymes. Our wonderful host gave us a theme called Riddle. This is called Riddle by Paul G. Collin. As I sit here thinking, my eyes start blinking. Dreams by the number come. Instant thoughts begin to drum, like beats of cool rain, trying to soothe my pain. Of running this circus alone, the smiling through tears clown. I rushed to know it all, but found I knew it all. Knowing not, I don't care. Is the game being played? As am I fool? Yes, just a rumor.
Oh, damn. We got cut off right toward the end, Eddie, but definitely heard the heavyweight work of what you do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm sorry.
More.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Combo
work.
in the building. You know what it's going to be. Listen. Oh my goodness. You know what? That sounds like a gong to me. Oh, I'm getting to you. I believe that was Joski. That shit just like, you are in the place to be, right? With the Joski chord, man. First of all, Eddie, thank you for coming through, man, and setting it off this evening. Listen, the Starship is underway, folks, and we're gonna get to it this evening. Trust and believe. Eddie, I always appreciate what you do. You are so dedicated to it, right? Said dreams by the numbers, right? Can't worry about running this circus alone. Hell nah, Eddie. Definitely not, right? You got a whole sideshow carnival circus of a community ready to rock with you wherever we go, wherever you may find yourself. Appreciate you, Eddie. For real, that cat's dedicated to what he does, and I always appreciate that. Thank you for setting us off this evening, Eddie. All right, coming up next. Oh, listen, this cat's sitting in the dark, man. Listen, when you sitting in the dark, it's something else. I love it, right? Coming up next, this poet has come through and definitely made his presence felt every time, the way that he comes and says what he says. And listen, let me tell you, I appreciate so much about that poem that you brought last week. Truly, man. The one and only James Hamilton in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, man. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Great to see you too, Elemental. James Hamilton, author at facebook.com is probably the best way, but at just about anywhere, James Hamilton, author will get you in. So where was I going with that? Sorry. Next 2 weeks, I won't be here. I'm dedicated to being here every Thursday I can, but I got 2 live engagements coming up the next 2 weeks. So, and the only other thing I wanted to say is thank you to the pretty girl up in Hadley who dealt with me this weekend while I wrote this piece, because I kept ducking out and had to, do what I had to do. So to you, it's called Well, let's just roll with it. Color me in a monochromatic hazy hue of goldenrod or maize or drunken single malt piss, and then set me down by the tamarack water that fills the river. And like them, let the current run its rusty root viscosity over the soles of my weary travel-torn feet. Set me there under the radiant orange-peeled sun that cooks the green grass on sweaty, humid days until it smells ripe and sweet. And I will bear witness there to them, the other yellowed men who sleep there for at least a few nights a week, resting loosely below their multicolored nylon parachute umbrellas and under the dichotomy of a gecko-patterned sky. Over there, close to the park, where one of those yellow ones hand out mustard flower and dandelions to the kids who play on the swings. And the turtles don't mind. And set there, I'll bear witness to the corroded steel trash chutes and anal walls of decrepit, weathered structures that brace the wind for them and shelter the people who drop the scraps of crusts of bread that they won't even feed their dogs. And the sounds of amapiano, hip rap, hop, drum, bass, and country redneck metal sliver rock emanate from inside, where the pretty girls dance on their beds and pretend they're out in the club. And the boys all think they're gangster bad, sucker punching their lover over the last line of dope they have. And down below, the music is as somber, the harmonics melancholy, and the yellow live the blues, like the traded in trinkets in a pawn shop that sit for years on a shelf, the ones nobody wants, the ones society can't use. And the Christians sit in church on Sunday talking to the God they can't see, indoctrinated slaves acting the fool, Catholics, Lutherans, and Methodists fag-hating tools, pretending they care about homelessness and the poverty plague. I mean, what's the sense of getting prayed up if the heart is lying and they don't care if any of those people ever find their way up, as long as they don't have to see the tents, right? What kind of world do we live in when people don't care where anybody but themselves sleep at night, or about the yellowed men on the banks of a rusty local river? And still, the turtles don't mind. Thank you.
Still, the turtles don't mind. Golly. Unmute yourself. Give it up for James Hamilton.
Yes,
Yeah.
James.
Woo.
Man.
You say, oh, where they don't even care if people sleep at night. Oh man, that was nice.
Right?
Oh, that was
that
nice, bro.
Such
That
a
was nice.
beautiful nomad freedom,
Bro.
right? It doesn't matter where it happens. It just where the wind blows, which is coming up very soon in the theme coming soon near you. James, I love how deep you dig into your poems, right? From the drunken single malt piss, right? Let the current run its rusty root, right? To the person handing out mustard flowers and dandelions to the kids, right? Very, very textual. I love poems that you can smell, you can feel, you can taste, right? The boys think they're gangster, bad. Yeah, far too many of them. The harmonics, melancholy, right? What's the sense of getting prayed up, right? Especially when you praying to false gods. More to come. Listen, James, I appreciate you, man. Really, again, for how deep you dig into your poems to share with us, man. It really, really makes a difference. Thank you for sharing it with us. All right, coming up next, yo. Anytime this cat gets a chance to come through and rock, I love it. We're talking about energy, talking about powerful poets. This cat always comes to mind. Our brother all the way from India, author of Light Shadow Life, author of Let's Unmesh Life, host of his own open mic, Let's Unmesh Life, the one and only Unmesh Mohitgar. Let these folks know where they can find you online. Unmesh, is always great to see you. Please. Take it away.
Hey, Elemen2al. Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot. I'm Unmesh Mohitgar, Facebook and Instagram. I've got an open mic, Let's Unmesh Live, every Friday, 10:30 a.m. New York time. And here we go. This is something which I wrote for the new year. Kabam! The lightning strikes. The rumble of the thunder, whoosh of the escaping air, exploding battlefields, lifeless, dry farmlands, desert encroaching the land, greenhouse effect affecting the Arctic, house electric bills going north, electric vehicles moving like zombie without noise. Muscular guys looking down at the electric driving nerds. Nerds looking up at the sky, asking God to help the motor heads. Video kill the radio star. Will AI kill the video star? I know this is a mayhem. Undoubtedly, our brains reach for the sky. Lost in the desert of doubts. We come here every new year. We hope against hope, climbing the mountain without rope, just for the view. So beautiful, just like hope. Unfortunately, the battle for peace continues within. Why? The only way to peace is war. We refuse to learn from history. Why? That is a great mystery. Still, we hope against the hope, climbing the mountain without rope, just for the view, so beautiful, just like hope. Mistakes we do, blunders we miscalculate, the truth that is an aberration. The street or paths of fate are not named, neither they can be tamed. Riding on this path, planning about the destination, my goal, but unmapped streets for targeted destination. Still we walk along every new year, hope against the hope, climbing the mountain without rope, just for the view, so beautiful, just like hope. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Oh, beautiful, just like hope. What? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Unmesh Mohiko.
Yeah. Unmesh. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, Umesh is always bringing it. Oh,
Awesome.
I had not heard you in a long time. I wanted to hear you. You got poetry for. You got poetry up the wazoo, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt about it. Appreciate that, Zokoto. No doubt about it. I think the majority of folks in here have poetry for blood, right? If you happen to cut someone in this room, you're probably gonna get a poem, right? You're probably for real. Unmesh, thank you for rocking with us. Your energy is always felt, sir. Even like you said, from the very beginning of the year, right? The lightning strikes, right? Thunder rumbles, of course, right? House electric bills going north. Yeah, ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? The amount that they're paying people isn't going north. That's pretty much going southwest, right? But the bills keep going straight north. Lost in the desert of doubt, just for the view, right? So beautiful, just like home. We refuse to learn from history. You know that saying, if we refuse to learn from history, right, then we are doomed to repeat it. Yeah. Climbing the mountain without rope, just for the view. Golly, what? Just for the view? Thank you, Unmesh, for showing us your beautiful perspective from the mountaintop. It really is amazing. Make sure you are plugging with all the things that Unmesh does. As he said, he has that open mic. Make sure you are plugging in. Unmesh is one of those cats. His platform is incredible international space. You'll learn a couple of things about poetry and culture. Fall through. Appreciate you, Unmesh. All right, coming up next. Oh my goodness. I'm telling y'all, I wait all week to hear this cat because I continue to say the week is not in balance till we get a song from him, the one and only Joski C in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Joski. It's always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, Elemental. At Joski C, take you somewhere. So, 1 year and 1 day ago, a high school teacher named Keenan Anderson was visiting LA. And he encountered the LA police, and he didn't survive that encounter. And this song is for him. This is called Shocks. Shocks to start, a quivering heart on a football field in a stadium of prayers. Out on the street, shocks to stun a teacher's myocardium. Mr. Anderson, life is a classroom, we are the students. Mr. Anderson, tased in LA, wearing your skin. Mr. Anderson flagged the cops, didn't recognize the torture squad. Out on the street, knee on your back, taser shock you like a heart attack. Mr. Anderson, life is a classroom, we are the students. Mr. Anderson, teased in LA, wearing your Mr. Anderson. Life is a classroom, we are the students. Mr. Anderson, teased in LA, wearing your, teased in LA, wearing your, teased in LA, wearing your skin.
I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski.
No, Joski.
Wow.
Joski is different.
Yeah,
Joski is
Joski.
different.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Joski is different. One love.
Joski is
Respect,
mad
my
different.
brother.
Bad different, right? Listen, Joski, again, as I mentioned earlier, the depth that you go into your songs, it really is commendable, sir. And I've been listening to your work for a couple of years now. Your style, your sound, your tone, right? Your dedication to what you do, Joski, right? Life is a classroom. We are the students. What? What? Come on, Joski. Come on. And then you had the nerve to be cool with it. Strumming like a master, singing like a master. Appreciate you, Joski. I'm telling y'all, the world is now in tune because we got a Joski C song. Come on, come. What's up, Joski? Coming back at you.
Yeah, February 8th, I have the honor of sharing a feature thing that Finn Bell is putting on with Adam Granger and Lara Lynette and our own Mr. Tez.
What?
So I don't know how there's an Eventbrite thing going on and like that. So I saw there weren't a lot of tickets. If anybody's interested, I thought I'd mention it.
Thank you, Joski. Listen, I love our community so much, how he just kind of slightly said, yeah, we're having a mashup of masters. Like, maybe come through and hang out with us and catch some genius at work. Make sure you are plugging in with Joski. Make sure you are plugging in with Eventbrite. Shout out Finn Bell, the daughter of Krypton. So many folks in this community that connect us with so many folks in our community. Appreciate you, Joski. For real. A dedicated member of our community. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next, this poet continues to come through and share their absolute truth with us. And then has the nerve to be kind of fly with it when it comes to poetry. The one and only Dr. Z Page in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is great to see you. Please take it away.
Thanks for having me back. This is something that was puzzling to me. It was experience of having and losing male privilege. I once spoke with a transgender man who said that gaining male privilege during his transition was intoxicating. It's called Animal House. My drug of choice was privilege. I enjoyed injuring myself without consequence. Others taunted me to continue because society consumes trauma for inspiration. It's human to beg for success when failure brings savage joy, Schadenfreude. They demand I pull up my barefoot bootstraps. I preach words I didn't write to discard the bottle coloring my life before I end up in a joint from a cop who doesn't like my rowdy dyke pussy enticing him away from his wife. A bunch of male camaraderie over shared genitalia, hanging from jungled trees, high-fiving capitalism since money works for those born with the bananas. All just fancy necktied apes bearing toothy, receding gums that bleed misogyny. They expose their asses to play with each other as their war games become redder than a month's ration of tampons. Addicted to Propecia, they value Viagra more than a transgender life. Women are caregivers because they have to heal the wounds created by men and tend to unsubtle insecurities on a hunt for ego, gathering power over black berries. She sheds her choking pearl necklaces and constructs hasty she sheds to escape his oppressive vision. Menstrual products are painted pink to remind who should and where to shove them. Too afraid to speak of silenced rape, our girls grow into complicit soldiers marching over a barren field of green hay, allergic to what they're farming, sex slaves. Breasts of burden, too often murdered or exploited to ease the erections of men anticipating an extra dollar that week, a bogus bonus without earnings. To the supremacist, Victorian, gendered West, I know I've had the experience of each of them, the kings and the queens who avoid the Bronx to be muddled in a chessboard made of stolen diamonds, fighting over who wins the white pieces. Their tea scolds, and while evading, they tax us so minorities stand on each other to build millennia of enslaving pyramids, still standing structures sorting births by color and cocks. Their punctual golden stopwatch dictates time until I hit 365 and buy back my body with a wooden chip. I have quit your intoxication with forthright redemption. Many have died from the regret of not being them, and I was one lost to the drug they created. Thank you.
Yo, unmute yourself. Give it up for Dr. Z Page.
Oh, that was fantastic.
All right, man. Really good. Really
Yeah,
good.
that was great.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing more
put
from
that through.
you.
That was
So
nice.
many amazing lines.
That was
I got a
nice.
kick out of the one with the
That was
bananas.
nice, Z.
Those with the bananas.
You threw that
So
right
there's
there,
some
Z. Oh, much
beautiful
love,
writing.
much respect, much respect. That was nice, Z.
Yo, yeah, that
Yeah.
banana line was bananas, was it not? It was like, oh my gosh. Oh my. Hanging from jungle trees, right? Money works for those born with bananas. Like, that's just bananas. Just gonna orangutan it like that, huh? You just go, okay, okay. Having and losing male privilege. Oh shit. My drug of choice is privilege? What? 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 I preach words I don't write? Listen, man, value Viagra more than transgender life? Breasts of burden, right? Bogus bonus without earnings, right? Like, equip your intoxication. Like, Dr. Page, listen, make sure you find yourself here every Thursday, because not only do I feel like you're healing in every poem, but you're helping us to heal in every poem, right? For some of us who may not even know that we need healing in those spaces, you are bringing that healing to us and really expressing those things that people struggle with. That's part of our charge as poets. Thank you, Dr. Page. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope to see you next week also. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, oh my goodness, the Magus is in the building. This incredible poet, host of Chaos Magic every Monday night. Make sure you are plugging in. Shout out Open Mind. Shout out Thomas and Catalyst. This incredible poet, you've heard him already, always comes with all the gusto. The one and only Gustav Solace in the building. Let these folks know how they can connect with you, Gustav. Always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Greetings, beloved poets, RMT and Elemental. I'm excited to be here. I am MAGUS Magus 801 on Instagram. Give me a follow. Let's start some good trouble. I have two pieces on theme tonight. One is brand new shit. This is called Riddle Me This. Riddle me this, Batman. I'm the Joker like Catman Bill is due upon receipt, singing protest songs like Joski C, unmeshing life with poems so deft, entrancing us like Marianne Teft. Getting sexy with Ed Poetastic, he's got the rhymes, they're just fantastic. Educating us all like Ngoma Hill or CP Mays, he's such a thrill. Going deep with Nemo Sum, creating poems that enthrall the Zoom with Lantern Carrier to guide the way. Tell me, what am I today? Your New Yo Thursdays online open mic. You're the best, the one I like. On Thursdays with Elemental and RMT, grab a mic, get down, it's free. Thank you. And I have a cover poem tonight from UB40. This is called Riddle Me. It's an abbreviated version. Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer me this. Who owns the chains that bind your wrists? Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer again. Riddle me who built the machine that washed your brain. Like parents did before them, your parents did the same. They said, do your best. You must pass the test. You must learn to play the game. They scrimped and saved and suffered to send you off to school. But if they'd had the cash, they could have bought the class and a different set of rules. Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer me this. Who owns the chains that binds your wrists? Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer again. Riddle me who built the machine that washed your brain. They taught me a simple system, why they had and you had not. They said, know your place. You can't win the race. Life's an auction. You're the lot. If you ever thought to question, they would never answer why. When they buy your sweat, you are in their debt and they own you till you die. Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer me this. Who owns the chains that binds your wrists? Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer again. Riddle me who built the machine that washed your brain. You took hook, line, and sinker, everything they fed, worked day and night for most your life to earn their daily bread. Now you're old and weary, and you lay you down to sleep. With body worn and spirit torn, what's left is yours to keep. Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer me this. Who owns the chains that binds your wrists? Riddle me who, riddle me why, answer again. Riddle me who built the machine that washed your brain. Thank you. Love you all.
Yeah, he did that, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Gustav Solid.
Vegas.
Gustav!
Yes.
Make
A whole
us
new
the
level.
original, make us the one
A
that
whole new
writes
level of
new
magic,
shit.
asking us to cover artists, lyrics,
Hola,
poets, writers, and people who don't write poetry can cover. So you can't, no more excuses. You could bring your art and you opened that door. I just hope it grows.
Listen, of
Yeah,
course he knows, because that's what magicians do, right? Magicians sprinkle that dust on it and it turns into something else, right? Right? That's why the beanstalk grew and Jack climbed that, thanks to magicians, right? Singing protest songs like Joski. He mentioned Marianne Tef. He threw in a Goma. He threw in Maze. He threw in Nemo Zoom and Lantern Carrier and RMT. Like, listen, I tried to tell y'all this is the greatest community in the world. And I told y'all the community members are going to show you every single time they get down. And look, true to form, if that is not an I love you poem, I don't know what is. Honestly, thank you for that, Gustav. In the second piece, who owns the chains that bind your wrist? Oh my gosh. If you can find out who owns the chains that bind your wrist, you'll start speaking in dialects of revolution, right? You'll start speaking in the tongues of revolt. But if you don't know who you're actually fighting. Riddle me who, riddle me why. Come on. Life's an auction, you're the lot. What's left is yours to keep. Damn it. Right, UB40, absolutely. Appreciate you, Gustav. The Magus comes through every single week and casts magic spells. I'm telling you, if you missed it, go back and watch the recording. Appreciate you. As I mentioned, he is the host of his own show, Chaos Magic, on Monday nights. Make sure you are plugging in with Gustav. Appreciate you, man. All right, coming up next, OG in the building. Oh, I see he got his instruments, one of many, right? Author of I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance. This cat comes through and he reminds us of the folks who have done it before us and continues to do it and do it and do it well. The one and only Baba in Goma in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. Please take it away.
I'll write that in later. I haven't tried this music thing on here, so I don't know how it's going to sound. We'll see.
Hold up, Baba. Hold up. All I need you to do is one quick change. In your Zoom box, in the top left corner, you'll see where it says original sound for musicians.
Oh, I did that.
Does it say on?
Oh.
Click that line and it should turn it to on.
Oh, no, it says off.
Click that line and turn it to on and start over.
Aha.
Let's do it.
Didn't come on a Mayflower, came on a good ship, Jesus. I'm a star, Matilda, Henrietta Marie, chain bound and shackled from glory till a mean castle, copper and Manila, sugar and tobacco. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues. You ain't paid your dues to sing my blues, not to sing my blues. Stopped on Ebo Landing, try to walk on water. I'm a runaway, I'm a renegade, I'm a son of a dusty daughter. You ain't paid your dues, you ain't paid your dues, you ain't paid your dues to sing my blues, to sing my blues. Denmark, Fiji, and Charleston, Nanny from the Maroons, Nat Turner and John Brown, Harriet Tubman, freedom bound. You ain't paid your dues, you ain't paid your dues, you ain't paid your dues to sing my blues, to sing my blues. Work from sun up to sundown, black baby sold by the pound. Ancestors buried in hallowed ground. You ain't paid your dues, you ain't paid your dues, you ain't paid your dues to sing my blues to. Didn't come on the Mayflower, came on a good ship, Jesus. Amistad, Clotilda, Henrietta Marie, chain bound and shackled from Gory till Amina Castle, Copper and Manila, sugar and tobacco.
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna give y'all half a second for everybody to catch your breath real quick. All right. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
Thank you. By the way, Ngoma in Zulu, Ngoma means song. Ngoma means song. And Baba means father. So respect.
Oh my God. Listen. Did y'all just experience that? I believe we all just experienced that at the same time. Did we not? One little setting and we got the entire performance. Let me tell you, Baba, we got the break beat in the back, we got the guitar playing, we got the lyrics, we got the whole 9 yards. Clear, crispy. Listen, he said we can come over here on the Mayflower. Praise Jesus, Lubeck, right? Do y'all research on that one, right? Son of a gun, a renegade, right? You ain't paid your dues to sing my blues. You better know what's going on, right? When the strings talk, black babies sold by the pound. We didn't come over here on the Mayflower. We came over on Jesus. For those of you who know, know. Those of you who don't, don't. Baba, coming back at you. What's in your screen?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. Please
yeah.
tell me.
This is a 3-string cigar box guitar. When Africans were brought here, they couldn't bring their instruments and stuff with them, and they made instruments out of whatever they could make instruments out of. So this is a 3-string cigar box guitar, like we used to make back in the back way back. Now they didn't have pickups on them and all that kind of stuff, but that's what this is here.
Thank you, Baba. Listen. This is why I continue to say it's the greatest community in the world, right? Because you are going to learn something every single time you fall through this building. You're going to learn something and get something that you can use. I promise you. 3-string guitar box. Come on, man. Whew. Listen, before we move on real quick, let me shout out a couple folks, man. Listen, shout out all the educators in the building. Shout out Professor Platinum, Doug Silver in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, man, all the time. Shout out the Garage Poets checking us out on YouTube. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. Shout out Catman Bill. He may not make it this evening, but listen, all the energy, all the people that I mentioned are not rocking with us on the mic this evening, but they continue to come through and share that energy with us, right? Shout out Jenny. I see Shannon in the building, right? Listen. We really gonna do this, y'all, right? And we gonna continue to do it as we have. Appreciate you, Ngoma. I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't know. Hope you caught that, right? Original sound setting made all the difference in the world. Coming up next, I already said shout out to educators in the building. Here comes another one. This incredible poet continues to come through and share their incredible work. And I'm telling you, their dedication to their poetry is easily heard in how they deliver it. The one and only Marianne Teft is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Marianne. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. The pleasure is always mine. Great to see you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, poet friends. And I am on theme with a short poem this evening called Riddle Me This. Show me where you place your hand when your heart beats here beneath my skin. Remind me of the priceless gift you offered at no cost to you, that I might accept it freely. Feel what fills the air invisibly, gives you breath but cannot be seen. Reach out your hand for the link that binds our present to the future, but in its gold embrace touches only you. Remember what is so much more than a feeling, the choice we make for each other every moment of every day, again, and still. Thank you.
Just like that, Marianne Teft shocks us and amazes us again. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne Teft.
Marianne is bringing it.
Make our hearts stop.
Yeah. Oh, Marianne.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
You're deep like that. I love
you. 100%
Thank you, everybody.
deep like that. Right?
That's right.
Excuse me. I love that Marianne always comes through, right? Marianne is always so deep in her logic for educating us and teaching us, right? And giving us that energy. And as I say a lot of times, right? Has the nerve to be dope as a poet, right? Reach out your hand that links the binds. What? You're reaching out to the thing that's holding you. Like, Marianne, again, I am a very proponent fan of textual poems, and I love how all of your poems, right? I can hear the leaves, rustling in the wind. I can feel the thorns on the roses when you read. Thank you so much for sharing your incredible artistry with us. I appreciate you. All right, folks. One more poem, and then I will pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoom verse. So, coming up next, this is something I don't know that has been done before, but we're about to make it a reality, folks. Let me change this really quick so you can see what I mean. Coming up next, the razor blade shaved with this cat. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. Shout out Concrete Generation. This cat is about to do what he does. One of the best in the world. The one and only CP Mays in the building. And this evening, y'all, we have a collab with CP Mays and the one and only Elemen2al, right? So we are about to take 24 into a different stratosphere. CP Mays, tell them what it is, man. Clearly, you know where to find me. This is CP Mays. Tell them what it is, Mays.
This poem is entitled No City Limits, Just Gritty Gods and Gentrification, composed by Elemen2al and CP Mays.
Let's do it, y'all.
Please forget.
To forgive.
Forgot.
For forgetting.
To put
spare change in the meter. Parallel parking, little white lies made making Black Lives Matter so unbelievable.
I parked the Noah's Ark if anyone's asking.
Tell hungry as hell.
I'm heaven's ass when hungry.
I got a loaded God complex, cock it and pull it. I was fluent in death long before language ever loved my lips. Third generation labeled son of a Marines loaded magazine, soul brother, public enemy, before I ever had a signature. Hi, my name is Threat.
Before I ever knew how to spell
Black
or Messiah. Hi,
my name is
Cardiac Arrested Heartbeats to keep vanilla skies bright and privileged.
Hi, my name is Nightmare. Before Elm Street had an address, we were West Craven. I got a loaded God complex, cock it and pull it.
When I first bought into a gullible Jesus Christ is when I caught God on sale. I gave a loaded God's complex, cock it and pull it. I've been in and confined
and incarcerated in penitentiaries, nicknamed the Pen. Yeah, incarcerated
in the pen with a pen, penning poems on paperwork that could only be provided by prison parole boards. Stamped and approved, I got a loaded father-son complex, Holy Ghost and pull it.
Coated with religion's sarcastic sisters lipstick because karma's been sucking Savior's Sunday scriptures and spit out collection plates.
You got a
loaded God complex, cock it and pull it, make revelations of biblical proportions, call it necessary evil. I got a loaded God complex, cock it and pull it. I got a loaded you complex, don't force me to cock it and pull it, for I bit more bullets than bandoliers with bastard character and bad breath. Officer, please get off his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. It was mama, I can't breathe. Asphyxiation replacing critical thinking with absentee father God. I am suffocating down here. Hey, and hello world.
I wonder how many unappraisable prayers paid would it take to expedite all of the I haven't heard from my father or sometimes, or why won't our spoiled gods just act human for a change? Fact, all of our penthouse gods are all apex predators. In fact, these penthouse gods are the only beings that never had to evolve. As a matter of fact, listen, human, out of all species on earth, We are the only species on Earth pompous enough to invent our own God, pretentious enough to pedestal miracles and make believe that other people's gods have been made moves and done the same thing. Listen, human, I need a day off, said by every god man-made
that sleeps in,
that comes to work late
and not work late.
Smelling of frankincense and myrrh and every murder religion slave base. God will return draped up and dripped out as a maid. Clean your act up as all gods are jealous gods. Heaven sent, hell bent on cleaning your clocks.
Willing, ready, wipe the floor with y'all.
Regardless of what it costs. So Lysol is to rapture as rapture is to every attempt to hire God. Just one in the clean house.
Jackson Pollock, your Kandinsky thinking into bloody blush brushstroke stains, painting pestilence as persecution for prosecution. Stained glass prophets, making profits from hymnal gems. I mean, tablets that turn tabernacles to testimony. I mean, turnstile tricks to treats and tweets. I mean, rockin' Robin Hoods to pay incarcerated Scarfaces who bring veritas to your equitas. This cock it and pull it's got a God complex. Make you ashes from ashes, make ashes bashful as blasphemous out of work gods in demon form. Listen, human, these boondock saints play no games and gambits. Make this glitch in my throat more genocide than Genesis. Listen, human. I got a loaded God. Complex. Cock it. And pull it. Ah. Peace, y'all.
OMG, OMG. I'm going to ask everyone to unmute themselves and give it up for this incredible collaboration.
Down.
No fucking power.
Of the greatest.
Collaboration.
Of the great.
That's a collab right there. Oh, man.
Stop.
That was brilliant, y'all.
Such rhythmic, man. So
everything about it, man.
Stop
Every
playing.
single thing about it.
Oh my
This
God.
is the most incredible.
The gospel, everything.
That's a New Year highlight right there. For years, and that's a highlight.
Like, how could you even do that? Element, how could you?
By showing up in the same space.
Yeah.
Told y'all, greatest community in the world, y'all. Greatest community in the world. I'm gonna pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Ron,
Sorry, I had to cut everyone, but that was wow, you know, and you know what, we did have collaborations where both poets were in the same camera, but you were right, we never had a synchronized collaboration. That was ingenious, and obviously it was powerful. You know, this is one for the history books. Yes, this is now it has live streamed to our you know, social media platforms. So if anyone wants to watch this back, so happy that CP Mace, you know, had a chance to visit Elemen2al. So thank you, Elemen2al. That was amazing. It's such a rarity we get to hear from you these days, but hearing you together in a collaboration, amazing. We love you, Elemen2al. That's wonderful. All right, Elemen2al, take a quick break while you do this. Hello, everyone. Yes, I have a Christmas sweater on. It takes me a few days before I get rid of my Christmas tree and my Christmas sweater. But yes, I am Ron Mark Thompson. I am one of the program and operations assistants at the New Rican Poets Cafe, and I am also your tech assistant here in the background, in the back end, working on the Zoom and live stream controls. As many of you are aware, currently the New Rican Poets Cafe's building on East 3rd Street in the Lower East Side in Manhattan is closed for the reconstruction, 3-year reconstruction of the building to modernize it. It is the city, New York City, is doing that. The actual construction hasn't started yet because we're still cleaning out the building, you know, making sure that we can archive and store everything. But we are in full, in full mode of getting all of this done. While we are in construction mode, we are, of course, continuing our online open mics, currently once a week on Thursdays, hosted by Elemen2al. And just like all 20 of you did, if you want to perform, just sign up for an artist RSVP ticket the day before, 24 hours prior, on our calendar site, which I'm going to put in the chat. Give me 1 second. I forgot to hit the enter button. Here we go. All the links are in the chat. If you are on one of our live streams right now, just go to newrican.org and click on full events calendar, and there you will see it. Even though this is the weekly online open mic, but as was the tradition on Thursdays previously, you do not have to write and read to the theme, and all styles are welcome. So continue, guys, doing everything that you've been doing. It's been great. All right. Also, as Elemen2al mentioned at the beginning, we are currently holding off-site in-person programming at other venues throughout New York City. One of them is the weekly New Rican Bowery Poetry Slam every Monday at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. We were on a break this Monday, New Year's Day, and last Monday, Christmas Day, but we are back January 8th, this coming Monday. The B will host that edition, followed by J Rose the following week. Either go to our ticket site, where we will link you to the Eventbrite site for the Bowery Poetry Club, which is boweryslam.eventbrite.com. The Bowery Poetry Club is just a few blocks here from the New Rican Poets Cafe. As Elemen2al mentioned, all the winners from Monday go on to compete at our new monthly Grand Slam every last Friday of every month. We just had our first edition this past Friday. It was great. If you saw, the video clips and photos on our social media, it was amazing. We had great slammers. We also had the Twilight open mic right after. That one is every last Friday of every month, at 10 p.m. at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, which is in the Times Square neighborhood of New York City. Also, we have partnered with the Lois Cider Center on 9th Street, which is a community center here in the Lower East Side. Every last Wednesday of the month, Sol Preem is now hosting the in-person open mic there. He was our host previously on Mondays in the cafe. He is now hosting every last Wednesday. And the Women's Orators Wednesday, it was not taking place yesterday, but it will resume on the first Wednesday of next month in February again. Tickets, get them at our ticket site. Also, we are partnering with Rightopia Lab to continue bringing the teen open mic. We did teen open mics here at the cafe last year, I think 2 or 3 times. Now we have partnered with Rightopia Lab and P&T Knitwear, which is a bookstore on Orchard Street, not far from the cafe, and we're going to do it on an almost monthly basis. You see all the dates here on the flyer, or if you go to our ticket site, you can get your free RSVP there. So if you have any teenagers, kids, or nephews or nieces, send them over there. Adults are, of course, welcome in the audience, so check it out. And we have a lot more going on. Paul Skiff gave us many offsite venues we are still meeting with, the last week, this week, next week. So we're going to continue bringing, new programs for everyone. Just follow us on our website, on our social media. I also put La Brua, our executive director, and Elemen2al's Instagram handles there. If you're not yet on our mailing list, either go to our website or check out the link that I had put in the chat, and there you can also sign up for the mailing list. All right, enough for me. That is what is coming up, continuing and ongoing at the New Regan Poets Cafe, but we are currently online. It is Thursday evening, and let us continue with our next performer on the list. We're going to move all the way over to the West Coast. I hope he brought another song for us to listen to. Bill, will you be able to unmute yourself? Yep.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back, Bill. The floor is all yours. You know how it goes. Welcome back.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, this is a song I wrote a while ago, but I thought I would never have to play it again because the orange orangutan I thought would be gone in the annals of history, disgustingly. Unfortunately, I think we got to get ready for a rerun or a rewrite of some sort. I hope not. But anyway, I like to do this just so it's still out there in the air, because this is not a time for complacency. Hope you like it. It's called Legend in His Own Mind, the Ballad of Donald Trump. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound check first. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do a quick sound check with your guitar, a few tunes. It sounds a little far. Is your original sound setting on?
I don't have an original sound setting on here anymore. It doesn't appear.
Yeah, quickly click on next to the mute button. You see that arrow there? Click on audio settings.
Where's that?
In next to the mute button at the bottom, you see that little arrow.
Oh, yes. Mute button in the lower corner. Okay.
Audio settings.
Audio settings. Yes.
Okay. In there, do you see where it says original sound for musicians?
Original sound. Yes, I do.
Okay. Turn that on. Close the settings, and then just as Ngoma had to do you now see on the top left where it says original sound?
Yes, and
it should be off. Click on it to turn it on.
It is off. Okay.
But is it on now? Is it on now?
No, I'm sorry. It's off.
Okay, so
now it's on.
Okay, do a quick tune.
Thank you, Ron.
Yep, much better. All right, everyone. Wilbur Elgins, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the most popular one indeed. I'll build a wall to keep Mexicans out and make Mexico glad to pay. I'll make my white billionaire friends trillionaires and ship my enemies to Guantanamo Bay. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the most intelligent one you see. I'll rewrite the Constitution and push the High Court to the right of Attila the Hun. I'll empower NRA rednecks to teach our children to shoot and carry guns. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the best negotiator, you see. I want the religious right to capture all liberals and nail them to the cross. I'll have Fox News publish all news that I approve, and I'll shut down the fake New York Times. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the most popular one you see. I'll banish all science, including global warming, evolution, CDC, and the EPA. I declare creationism to be our religion and ship all heathens to Guantanamo Bay. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president, soon to be your emperor. Oh yes indeed. My friend Putin is my mentor. I want to be a cold bastard just like him. He's helped me get here more than you know. Hell, the lyrics to the song I got from him. My vision for your future, which I will reveal in my tweets. I am the new world order and will nuke any country who questions my sovereignty. I'll restore the white male ruling class, relegating women and minorities back to subservient roles. I'll empower the born-again religious right, 'cause they don't question my supreme unfettered authority. My name is Donald Trump. Putin and I approve this message. Alrighty, that's all the news to fit to print for today.
He said Putin and I approve this message. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Like, can you get much better than that? Like, come on, unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elgin.
Yeah,
man.
That was ingenious, yes. And by the way, I saw Deneen swaying with the music, this song, you are so ingenious.
You gotta sway, baby. You gotta sway.
That's a hard one to sway to.
Subtly vicious. Very
actually, not so much, Bill, because your melody, your internal rhyme is always on point. Your internal metronome, it stays on the tempo, man. It really does. The way that you write your songs, sir, I'm still trying to really figure it out, right? I don't know if you're more like Denver or Johnny Cash, right? I'm not really sure where you kind of fit in there. And I know there's some musicians that you've mentioned before. You've gone to some shows recently. But man, like, I need you to know how much of a cornerstone your music is to our community. Really. And of course the Giants hat is pretty damn fly too, sir. So thank you. I appreciate that. He just said, I declare creationism to be our religion. Send all heathens to Guantanamo Bay. I am the new world order. Yo, I love songwriters. Songwriters are just poets who put their poems to music. Like, for real. For real. Thank you, Bill. Truly, truly appreciate you for all that you do. Truly. Hold on, Bill. Hold on, Bill. I see you trying to say something. Coming back at you. Please. You gotta unmute yourself, Bill. Hold on. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. For sure.
Here. I just wanted to note that I wrote this in 2017 when I didn't think he was, I was just terrified about that he could be elected. But obviously he was elected. I didn't change anything for this current campaign coming up, but I probably will have to. But anyway, I've still got hope that he's not going to be elected.
I don't know. They're working really hard right now. Thank you for that, Bill. Terrified. I love that word. Terrified. I love that. I love that. I don't know. From what I've seen recently, they have been, some of the states are trying to keep him off their ballots to keep him, from getting to that space. So the states are waking up. They're making the moves to make sure that they get the president that they want. Politics are tricky, folks, right? But folks are coming up with new ways to make it work for them, right? You gotta sidestep the red tape. It's crazy like that. Real quick, before we move on, folks, unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron Mark Thompson.
RMT, baby. RMT.
Yeah. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Love the RMT.
Listen, Ron is one of those cats.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me. Ron is one of those cats, man. Listen, Ron doesn't always like to be highlighted, right? But I like to make sure that I highlight Ron because Ron does so many things behind the scenes that allows us to do what we do seamlessly. So thank you, Ron. He is broadcasting live from the belly of the beast right now, right? The bricks, man, the energy in that place is surreal, really. Thank you, Ron, for hanging out. All the way down in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. He's got to go all the way up to the Bronx. Shout out to BX, for real, in a couple hours, man. Ron's a dude, for real. All right, coming up next. Oh my goodness. I got a chance to rock with this cat recently on Word Jamming. Shout out JSW. Shout out Jane's Spoken Word. Such a badass in our community. And I'll be on bass. I got a chance to rock with this cat on Word Jamming. This artist is incredible. Whether they are giving us a micro triptych or playing some classic music on piano. I'm not going to let you let that shit go away. Hell no, I want to see some Chopin. The one and only Nemo Zoom in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Nemo. Great to see you. Please, take it away.
Thank you. You can find me online at nemozoomwords.com. You'll find links to all my social media, and you can download my first poetry book for free. A few weeks back, I came in and I was playing some Beethoven, and the brain rebooted. So I have come tonight to finish the job, hopefully. So this is Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Sound check, real quick. How is that sound-wise?
Fantastic. Come on, Nemo. Come on. Moonlight Sonata coming its way towards you. Let's go.
My pedal has failed. Hang on just a second. I'm so sorry. There it is. Okay, sorry. Next time I will finish it. Next time I will finish it.
Oh,
sorry. The brain keeps rebooting.
Are you kidding, man? Listen, unmute yourself. Give it up for Nemo.
Hey, Nemo.
Yes,
Nice.
Nemo.
Thank you, Nemo.
Hi, expanding the
love what you
spectrum.
do all the time. We
Stop
love your
playing,
poetry, but that was
Stop
a
playing,
great,
Pam.
great
Yeah.
That was nice. That was
man,
beautiful.
Thank you.
nice. Another
was.
side
It's
of
really
you.
nice.
You're
Levels
still
and
in all your
levels and
skills.
levels and levels.
That's an emotional ride.
Yeah, indeed.
That was beautiful.
One of the great pieces of music ever, too.
Oh, God.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. 100%.
Ludwig van.
That was great.
That left hand.
Oh, you know what?
Whoa!
I was getting there, Joski. Damn it, I was getting there. Listen, first off, Nemo, when you bring music into a venue, you are automatically engaging people's senses, right? Whether it be sight and sound, whether it be flashback, whether it be goosebumps, right? Um, Dr. Z Page mentioned they had it tattooed on their arm, right? Shout out my son Mouse. He's got it tattooed on his arm. He's got the treble clef right here and it wraps around his arm, right? Like it's just that piece of music spans, right? There is no language to music, right? It is universal. To me, it's one of the only things that is universal, like light, like darkness. Music is one of those universal things, right? And then you have the nerve to pull it off like, oh, I'm just gonna play a little bit of Moonlight Sonata? Really? Like, yeah, I think I'll play. I wanted to point out what Joski C was saying. It's the elegance to me in your dexterity to play piano. I believe piano is one of the greatest instruments in the world because it forces a listener to feel exactly the way that the player wants you to feel. It is that power of the piano. And to me, playing piano is like the left and the right brain having a sparring session, right? Because there's so much, like rigidity to playing piano, but you're supposed to be creative as possible. So it just seems like a sparring session between the left and right brain. Thank you, Nemo. We are looking forward to the the end of that, and then whatever you choose to bring after that. Appreciate you, Nemo. For real, that music, heavyweight. I told y'all, whether he's taking us on a micro triptych or he's giving us classical piano, Nemo is on point. All right, coming up next, the most eloquent writer in the world. This next poet comes through continuously on the other side of the pond. Crazy hours, shows his dedication to what he does and what we do. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Lantern. It is great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, guys. Details in chat, and I'm not on theme tonight. Renewal. Kindness sometimes take a hit from the cold-hearted. Just because, like a strong oak, unyielding against tornadoes, it makes significant contributions to love. I carry within me a greater fire than the ones I see outside myself. But the spirit of a birthless presence cannot be trapped in shadows. It is all a matter of growth, of progress, renewal. Learning lessons take time, even as night for the lonely feels endless, until the illumining dawn once again glistens with the illustrious sunlight. The sharp knives of regret may seem never-ending, but a soul embraced by love's light eventually sheds its cobwebs of remorse. Joy lies in our sorrows, even as the victory of progress lies in our defeats. Diversity dances at nights, even as it does in daylight. Love's mystery ultimately makes way for the butterfly, breaking free from its cocoon, even as the soil ultimately yields with the blessings of the gardener, rain and sunlight, to a bounteous harvest. This moment I see dark clouds above, but doesn't the healing rays of the sun eventually bring solace to my heart? 2023 has shown me many challenges, true. Many a wail have I heard, and an ocean of prayers have ascended unto paradise. Yet I remember being thrown to hungry lions in an arena, trees lamenting my dangling, and the dogs barking beneath. Since my nights were dark for eons, why then is love still burning in my heart? It is the nature of evolution to bring challenges. Love ultimately conquers yet its roses are woven from thorns. The way of the Christ was of sacrifice, yet it gave us the love of seers and great souls, even as man's unconquerable spirit brought us the joys of science, aviation, and technology. Everything ultimately changes, and love sometimes gives me lemons before adding the succulence of mangoes. Winter can be chilly, but we eventually cherish the radiance of sunflowers, spring sentiments of daffodils and roses, as well as the darling buds of May. The mother in labor pushes through pain, but her joy becomes unbounded when the child emerges and cries. Summer fills my heart with solace, then fades into a fall, cascading the splendor of magenta leaves. This eventually gives way to winter's charm. I am a soul striving through struggle to find my way home. This means that my challenges will not prevail, for my inner kingdom is full of light, and renewal is full of the tool, and renewal is one of the tools of love to assist me on this journey. I give thanks for another year on this illustrious journey. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
An illustrious journey with an illustrious narrator. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
The one and only Lantern.
Bringing that beautiful light.
One and only
Thank you, Lantern.
Thank you, my
Lantern.
friend. Thank you, man. Lantern is bigger than life.
Beautiful.
And just as Lantern always puts beautiful comments in the chat for everyone else, Lantern, look at all the beautiful comments that everyone else did for you. You know, it's like amazing.
Thank you, Ron.
100%, Ron. Thank you for that, right? And listen, for those of you who are watching on social media, you may not understand what Ron just mentioned. But inside the Zoom, right, all the participants can see all the comments and things that are happening inside the chat. And I'm telling you, it is blowing up, right? Because, again, we have the greatest community in the world, right? So we are constantly letting you know, yo, that line, oh my gosh, that line, wait, I could barely get the next line out before I get the next line out. Like, you're amazing, folks. And that, I'm telling you, as a poet who came up a lot in this space, all of those comments make a difference. I want y'all to know that. Those comments make a difference, because otherwise you're sitting in a room screaming at a box. Right? You're sitting there screaming and you're wanting to know, like, can people actually hear me? Yes, folks. Yes, they can. And that chat, I'm telling you, makes a difference. Lantern, I truly love your dedication to writing as eloquent as you do. Really. Right? Like, your writing is like in what you said in your poem, a strong oak unyielding against tornadoes. Like, you're a pillar of this community, sir. Just in case no one's told you, you are that. Learning lessons take time. Of course they do, right? Hence the reason we come here every week. Right? The healing rays of the sun bring solace to my heart. Gosh, I really wish I could write like that. I really do. An ocean of prayers have ascended to paradise. The nature of evolution to bring challenges. What? What? A soul striving through struggle? My inner kingdom is full of light. Man. You're amazing, Lantern. Thank you for carrying such elegance and eloquence in your writing to show the next generation how it's done. Truly appreciate you. And it's crazy late where Lantern is, right? Lantern is all the way across the pond in the UK. Crazy late, but he continues to come through and share his incredible artistry with us. Thank you, Lantern. Coming up next, yo. What? Yo, hold on. I'm lost, y'all. We just got sent into the outer limits because everything that we know about CCR Chagra just got flipped on side of its head, because this cat is not only just, he's not just in front of the piano this evening, he has a guitar strapped to him. He has a guitar strapped to him. I've never seen this before, folks, but get ready for it. The one and only CCR Chagra in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, CC. I'm ready for it all, baby. Take it away.
Well, the IG is c.c.chagra. This is my book. Every poet here, please. It is for the open microphone. It is a study of what we do. It has the pitfalls, the rises, the falls, the critiques, and the beauty of it all. Please get that book, and thank you for everyone who's gotten it so far. I wanted to do the song that I can't put on piano, and then Ngoma killed me with his cigar box plugged in, and I went out. I haven't taken this thing out of the box in maybe once all year. So, but I did write this song way back in the late '90s, I think. Maybe then I rewrote it again around 2010, and on guitar. But it's I tried to put it anyway. Here it is. It's called "Life Is Not an Insult C," and I'm just gonna blow through it with 3 chords because that's what I think I could pull off. Life is not an insult, see. It's just the plight of memories that can't relate to all you've never been through. It's just a pool of innocence where I don't know is the water line, and that is sometimes just too simple to just be with. All while Mary had a little lamb whose black sheep did say, yes I can, I'll woo love to transcend my suffering's ego. So now row, row, row your gentle ship down London bridges. Scary trip to land, your kingdom comes, a humble beginning. Now remember, creativity, it's a canvas blank as me, oh my, to be yourself requires living. To live as though experience is from this moment to the next, and all resolved behaviors live within you. And the judgment, the judgment's not a mortal crown, it's feathers falling to the ground, and it's fear and wanting that turns them to anchors. And if being human is an ideal, well then live as though aspiring to always reach but never own its threshold. You see, life is not an insult, see, it's just the plight of memories that can't relate to all it's never been through. And the doorway to eternity, it promises to never be more or less than all you can't take with you. So what value is your being here if when you're gone, your gratitude of living is so honestly forsaken? Life is not an insult phase or childhood that ends in age, and age is always to all time an infant. So baby, don't forget to love. Oh, at least don't let the hate become what seems opposite your love, but then becomes you. Oh, life is not an insult, see, it's just the plight of memories that can't relate to all it's never been through. Oh, while Mary had a little lamb whose black sheep did say, yes, I can, I'll woo love to transcend my suffering's ego. So now, row, row, row your gentle ship down London Bridge's scary trip to land. Your kingdom comes, humble beginning.
This guy, this guy. I don't even know what to say right now. Unmute yourself. Give it up for C.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Good change of pace.
Nice. Nice. What?
Amazing. The hidden talents that we're finding out today. That's I can't
Okay.
believe it, Elemental, right? You know, surprise.
Okay, Ron. Like where the hell did that come from, CC? We've been hearing you. Listen. Shout out RMT. We've been listening to CC play the piano for what, a good year, maybe, right? And then all of a sudden, he has the nerve, the unmitigated gall to pull out a guitar and actually strum the hell out of it. Did y'all hear that? Like, did y'all hear that? This wasn't like a, oh, I'm sorry, I read the long, oh, I'm sorry, that was a wrong note, oh, I'm sorry. Nah. He said, oh, I love the humble brag of this community. Like, oh, I haven't pulled this, I haven't touched this. And let me just go ahead and show you while I show you my mastery of my craft. CC, that was a beautiful change of pace, like the blacksmith said. We're gonna get to in a second. Hearing that side of your work, I'm thankful I heard the piano first, because had I heard the guitar first, I would probably say, why would you leave the guitar? Because that right there, and I was trying to place it in my brain, and I still haven't. But that right there is your mix, sir. Like it just sounds like, you know, when you hear Hollywood stories, you know what I mean? When the movie is starting and they're playing those kind of things, and then the tumbleweed blows across when the lead actor steps into the scene. Like, that's one of those songs, sir. For real, the way it's written, the way it was played, the emphasis that you give it, I appreciate that, right? Just a life of memories. Where I don't know is the borderline, right? The doorway to eternity. Never promises to never promises to be more or less than you can take with you. When your gratitude of living is forsaken, man. Appreciate you, Cece. Really, you do that. And you do it incredibly well. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, he's a writer of many genres. Indeed. Thank you, CC. All right. Coming up next, as I mentioned, the blacksmith is in the building. Mr. Lighthouse Writers himself. The one and only Michael Sendler is in the building. Listen, I got so much love for this incredible poet. He put me in the room with a legend. Not just that, he's also been published with some of the greatest poets in the world. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Michael. It is great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Okay, a typically kind introduction. That's as I expect from you. Yeah, and it is great to be in this room. Another year starting of great stuff. And boy, people are just absolutely kicking it out. I mean, that collaboration y'all did, Ngoma, of course, what do you expect? But I mean, just on and on. Just everybody, can't say how much I appreciate you. Speaking of things I appreciate, lighthousewriters.org, just wonderful organization. Check out their website, lighthousewriters.org. Just so many classes and workshops and just all kinds of great events and things for all kinds of writers. I just cannot say enough good things about them. I haven't been around here for a little while. I looked at my thing. I'm like, damn, I haven't been here for a little while. So actually, most of you, some of y'all at least, haven't heard this one. It's fairly new. It's called Blues for Olympia. Just one more shotgun shack on the riverside of the Mill Village. Have to jump the train to get across Olympia Avenue. It's okay when it's going slow. Feral cats in every front yard, moving in a pack at dinner time. Nancy is on the front porch, eating cornflakes on the couch, laughing as the lightning bugs arrive. Shade tree mechanic wannabe has a carburetor disassembled on a blanket in the driveway. Squirrel hides a ripe pecan in a valve. That car will be on bricks for a while. The band's playing something strictly acoustic in the backyard, song mixing with fire pit smoke, twanging blues and tangy barbecue. Tim went off to get some more ice for the keg. Chameleon frozen on peeling gray wall, can't match the paint, but tries its best. Pat's hands are stained from tie-dyeing t-shirts and a sheet and a blue sundress. Better job changing color than the lizard. There's no getting rid of palmetto bugs, just an attempt to reach a detente of sorts. They'll be here after the last human bites it. I think the fuckers know full well they're winning. They snort boric acid off the table like Scarface. Second floor bedroom, hot as Hades without AC. Even minus sex, the bed is soaked with sweat. Box fan fell out the window, landed on a pup. Poor mutt ran all the way to the quarry, yelping. Little yellow hounds make a pitiful sound. Shane said he saw a rattler in the woods near the riverbank when he went fishing. His mama's glad he didn't try to bring it home. Says his curiosity is a prayer and a prison, and he best keep the good sense key close at hand. Roommates rotate and relationships mutate. Some graduate or fail, and some stagnate. Some end up in jail or in the grave or just insane. Nobody said it was going to get this crazy. None get out without some scars to tell the tale. And we've been listening to a lot of stuff tonight about, how much we really righteously have to worry about in this coming year. And it's true. We got a lot of, basically one big orange thing most, but there's a lot of other stuff. And I just want us all to remember that that's not all there is. And this is called Hope Is. Hope is to be longed for, dreamed of, a vigil set to await its coming. Hope is to be searched for, to mount exploratory voyages for, following each clue and bent twig of evidence. Hope is to be fought for, defended against despair, stinging needles of falling hail, hate's dull axe pounding against the door. Hope is to be celebrated even before it's coming. Halls strewn with petals for its bare feet to walk on. Hope is to be caressed, the most gentle grasp that does not crush. Two forms holding up the other in silent reverence. Hope is to be free to come and go, knowing the cold days apart will lead to a reunion. Hope is the most welcome guest, the most adored spouse. Hope cannot be bound, will come to you in its own time and on its own terms. Hope will not give or accept a ring or token, will not be a slave to any spoken incantation, whether following in its tracks or opening your gates and windows to allow it entrance. Hope may be elusive, but is no illusion. Its one kiss will exceed any elixir, its breath the silent song that makes survival possible. Hope is a trickster that steps out from the shadow, letting you know it has been here all along when you thought it was lost or torn away. Hope laughs in sympathy, never with disdain. A joyous trill to pull lips into a smile. Hope sleeps soundly and soundlessly, but awakes to find you and teach you new songs. Thank y'all very much. So glad to be here in the new year.
Yo, this is why I call this cat the blacksmith of our community, because his pen stays so sharp. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Michael, I needed that poem.
Michael Crazy. Michael is one of those people that actually arrives at poetry when he is poet-free.
Michael, I needed that.
Come on. Listen, again, this is why I love our community, right? Because our community members are poets, even when they're not spitting poems, right? Even when we're not spitting poems, sometimes we're just so damn poetic. Sir, if no one has told you recently, I love what you do, Michael Sindler. I refer to Michael as our resident blacksmith because, again, number one, his pen stays so sharp. Number two, he makes ways for other poets. As I said, he put me in the room with a legend, and he was published in the same publication as said legend. Just saying. The way that you do what you do, Michael Sindler, is just very reminiscent of the poets that they push in a curriculum space. You are very concrete in what you do, and I am thankful that you are dedicated to your form and your style, really. You said they snort boric acid off the table like Scarface. Yikes, man. Palmetto bugs, right? There's no getting rid of these palmetto bugs. They snort boric acid off the table like Scarface. Whew. Said his curiosity is a prayer in a prison. Man. In the second piece, you said, hope is. You said a vigil set to await its coming, right? Hope is to be fought for. Hope is to be celebrated. Hope is to be free to come and go. Hope may be elusive, but it's no illusion. Damn it! That line right there. Heavy, heavy weight. Thank you, Michael Sindler. For the community, this incredible poet would not be mentioning Lighthouse Writers for years if it wasn't worth checking into. So do yourself a favor and check into lighthousewriters.org. Thank you, Michael Sindler. Truly appreciate you. Coming up next, I think this poet got bit by the bug. Last week, this poet came through for the first time and shared their incredible artistry with us. This poet has come back this week and hopefully has something a little bit longer, because the first time they were like, I don't know, I just got something short. But I told you, you have been welcomed into the greatest community in the world. The one and only Amber Wilkins is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online. It is great to see you back in the mix. Please take it away. Good to see
you. Hi. I don't really have a social media outlet right now, but I will try to create one. But I don't have a long poem. My poems are kind of like medium in length, but I have like two that I would like to share. The first one is called Deserving. Okay. I am worthy of overstepping the boundaries of the silent whispers in my brain. Not the silence that I believe is good for me, but the silence that keeps me in an inescapable frontier of shame. The hairs on my skin don't grow and then begin to worry about if they will be shaved. They just grow again. No matter how the outside environment behaves, I will be just like the glassware in a wooden armoire, my mama's china, untouched but well kept, fine in spite of neglect, protected by sturdy wood, respected with value understood. I'm all good. And so that's the end of that one. And then the second one, it doesn't have a title at the moment, but I just labeled it L versus F, and it means something to me, but that's just what we're going to call it for now. But so it's, I say words I don't feel, and I do things that make me squeal, so that the pain won't conceal. I close my door and kneel because I long for a meal, while knowing that real hunger is real. I don't have the trait to make emptiness quickly dissipate. Even if I did, you'd think I was great. I crave anguish and food on my plate, so to avoid the hours of having to wait, I avoid witnessing the allure of the late. If I was unwell, you'd still be well, because I would be excited by the kitchen smell, so you wouldn't be able to tell sadness's spell. Will you come on by just to say goodbye? Or will you come on by to drop off sweet potato pie? Thank you. That's it.
Yo, you have found a home, Amber, just so you know. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Amber.
Yeah, Amber, you know, it don't matter if it's long or short or old or new or titled or untitled. We love what you do. We want you to come back as often as you can. We really have a place.
Funniest thing happened, and that first poem you read reminded me of a EP from Europe that I bought. I don't know why I put those two things together. It was called Strange Inheritance, A Room of Your Own. But you know, it was a nice curveball, another angle into that whole perspective, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing all the angles you got coming to us.
Thank you.
Listen, spick and spangle every angle. Okay, we are looking forward to it. Listen, Amber. You have found a home here with these poets in this community, right? In your first poem, Deserving, you said, I am worthy of overstepping the silent whispers in my brain. Yeah. Glassware in a wooden armoire. My mom was China. Come on! I know about those China cabinets, okay? Don't even get close to that, okay? Don't even listen. Make sure it's clean, but that's about as close as you can get to it. For real. Love that. And then in the untitled piece, L versus F. Listen, I get that. I get that. I truly do. So that pain won't conceal, right? Knowing the real hunger is real. Real hunger is real, right? Excited by the kitchen smell. Yeah, man. That just turns us into something else. Um, Thank you, Amber, for coming through and sharing your incredible artistry with us. As you heard your community members say, you fucked up, man. You got to be here every Thursday, as many times as you possibly can, because we are looking forward to hearing all of your incredible work every week. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. So we got 3 more poets on the guaranteed list, and we got a good 5 on the good luck round. Listen, we are already over our time, but listen, this is how much I love poetry, right? I'm gonna stay here until we get it done. Real quick, shout out Black Swan, who was in the building. I missed it, damn it. She was in here for a minute. Shout out Black Swan. Shout out CP Mays. I know y'all saw us getting down, right? But CP Mays had to get to it, man. CP Mays got things, man. Shout out the twins. Shout out Black Swan. It's business, right? It's a business, man. Poetry grows around. Our family extends, truly. All right, coming up next, this incredible poet runs his own open mic called Inspired Word. He is an incredible pilot of how he takes his passengers into the stratosphere of poetry. The one and only Raw James in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you and connect with all the incredible things that you do. Great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother, and happy days to you all. I hope the coming days will bring you great adventure and prosperity. We're heading for a hell of a ride in 2024. I'm listening to all the rhetoric around Trump, and I'm going to say something. Trump 2024. Because Biden scares me to death. So I'll leave it at that. If anybody ever wants to debate and discuss why, I'm more than willing to do so. I'm just getting tired of hearing it, and I'm not really sure what people are not seeing. That man scares me more than Trump, and people just don't see it. But anyway, I got poems for you. I try to bring the balance to the room. Wake up, people. This propaganda has been going on way too long. Way too long. And so if I'm a white supremacist, I'll wear that proudly. And I said it. I said it. So I got 2 pieces for you. Yeah, because it's starting to piss me off. It's pissing me off. And I've made a vow in 2024, I'm going to use my pissed off voice. I am no Trump supporter, but I'm inviting people. Where is your balance in what you're hearing and seeing? We're poets. We're not supposed to be just one-sided. That's where I'm coming from. All right, I got 2 pieces I'd like to share with you, both new pieces. This one is called The Examination of This Privileged Life. Time does not examine time, for tomorrow matters only if today exists. And yesterday by design is left behind. With no remorse, time waits for no one in this continuum, in the void of space. Out of the valley of green pastures, I ascend to the summit of memories, to pause for a minute, to take stock as I take to heart Socrates' words, the examination of this privileged life. From the light, my shadows shy away as I rise in judgment of my worthiness. In this broken heart walk with suffering, what has served? What have I learned? Free in the truth of my joys and sorrows. For all that I know is not all to know. I am a character in this repetitive dream, an illusion of will in the pursuit of truth. I was a lost sheep at the tip of my iceberg, found in the complexity that lies within. At this stage, time dances with my death, gravity my anchor, my footsteps mindful, open to the ignorance of my knowledge. In the unknown of this unfolding journey, wisdom in the round of my soul's content. End of piece. And this last piece, this is dedicated to everyone in this square, to all the ones that go to all the other show. This is a poem I wrote for us poets that sit in these Zoom rooms. It's called, It's Not Just the 5 Minutes. It's not just the 5 minutes, for it's beyond all metaphors, a video dome of poetic voices connected by a connection. It's not just Sundays, for Nirvana resides in all the days, while the hours conspire into months of life's mosaic, of vignettes of moments. It is beyond a year, for time is a gentle whisper to the ages, as we spirits live in the infinite loop bound to the stratosphere of wisdom's light. Our words echo eternal, for we are the interwoven threads to soothe the ignorance of idle minds in a rhythmic heartbeat of truth's time. Out of a singular rhythm and into a symphony of storytellers, compelled by poetry to ignite the fire in the good and strife, we venture forth. Our gravity romances the pen, to inhale, inspire the air into the odyssey of thoughts, a renaissance of crafted words that leaves a signature on the hollowed sands. I am because you are. Our souls soar, for we are the adventure, the pen that voices this shared experience. It's not just the 5 minutes. Blessing, poets. Thank you.
Oh, sir, this is why I love poets. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron James.
Okay, I'm going to say it. I love you all.
Ubuntu. I am because you are.
Devil's advocate.
Ubuntu. I am because you are.
Phil Donahue. Remember the launch of Phil Donahue, the very first talk show? Anyway,
I remember Donahue, sir. I remember Donahue.
To roll out the devil advocate card is a real thing, and it has a role. But divide and conquer has to do with transcendence of dichotomies, not flipping the script sometimes. So I love you big time, and I know your heart is about your heart, and I know your mind is about getting people to think. But ignorant, the story of when they first built the sanctuaries for wildlife animals, they and the wildlife inside all roamed the borders for the first generation. By the second generation, they gave up and they no longer knew they were caged. So it has to do with the freedom of thought and the conditioning of generations over time. So innocence and ignorance can play a role in our hearts loving all. If I don't know if you can give, I can give that up. Let me give it.
Stop, damn it, CC. Conditioning of generations. Conditioning of generations. Yeah, I'm gonna let that soak in on y'all for a second. Listen, Raw. This is what I love about poets. Because sometimes we agitate the hornet's nest, and sometimes we are the hornet's nest. And so with that, we cause havoc on both sides of the spectrum. And listen, I don't know if you caught it. I don't know if you saw it, but you definitely sparked some controversy amongst your colleagues about your comment about your choice for 2024. But this is why I love poets, because we see it all. We never look at things from a 90-degree or from a 180-degree perspective. We see things from a 360-degree. And now, For the poets in the room, for the people in the room, right, who do not agree with what the brother Rawls said, I implore you to reach out to him. He's not a confrontational cat. He will actually listen to you. You will actually have a philosophical conversation about why he feels the way he feels. That's what I can tell you about the brother Raw. For real. It's not just the 5 minutes, right? Nirvana resides in all the days. Soothe the ignorance of ideal minds. Because we are truly a symphony of storytellers. Thank you, Raw. Appreciate you for coming through, man, and sharing your incredible artistry with us. Make sure y'all plugging into Raw and his inspired poetry corner. For real. Coming up next, a cat who has featured on the Inspired Poetry Corner. This next cat I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry. His dedication is amazing. Author of Mirror, Mirror coming out soon. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Well, listening to Raleigh, knowing where my life began, born into tyranny and becoming a member of tyranny with the age of 6. I wished we could sit down and talk, because there is so much you may not know, Raleigh. There's so much when you live a life fighting that tyranny which was embedded into you, fighting it daily. End of story. Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven and Nemo Sum. And now, Clair de Lune, after the French composer Claude Debussy. Clair de Lune, played by Ike. Touch me when I close my eyes. Touch me with a moonlit smile. Touch me at the flicker of a candlelight. Touch me when the moonbow circles the naked you. Touch me when I rest and I walk words and I talk sleep under that ancient tree older than time, reminiscing the art of silence, a gift of a future forever divine. Touching kisses more tender than mine, touching words turned into a song, and my longing becomes longer than that infinite forever long. Once we all forget the end, then it's time to question the beginning of my intent. Touch me when music is singing in a minor key without sound vibration under my Vulcan skin. Touch me in places where pleasure is seeking that moonlit akin. Touch me. And time is stealing memories from that forgotten divine. Touch me when perfect pictures lost their name, but never lost their shine. Touch me when disguised tears nourish fertile ground. Touch me when my bed is cold and your love has no meaning, no more. Touch me when we have forgotten who I am, and my poem explains who was this man. Touch me as words dance in my dream, and when I wake, the sun dances in my face, a gilden masquerade like I have never, ever seen. Touch me. How many hearts will I find inside the power of a mankind? Touch me when the cycle of the new moon begins. Touch me, brother, sister, when the full moon batheth in eternal sins. And the moonlight will always remind of a you, and I scream with Claude and the Trogs. Wild sing, you made my heart sing, and I scream, yes, brother, yes, sister, Claire de Lune, made my heart blinkety blink. Claire de Lune had touched me. Did you get it? Do you know who I am? Thank you.
Nah. I don't know if they know who you are, but if they don't, they damn sure know now. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ike. Whoa!
Thank you, Ike.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. I love the way you
For
take
sincerity.
melody and turn it into words.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Great transition.
And that's what happens when we the tyranny thing, and it's a response. But do not let us be divided, no matter what. Do not let us be divided.
100%. I love that so much, CC. I truly do. And Ike, just how you do what you do. Ike is a former performer on stage, and he really approaches his words with the same way, I believe, with the same tenacity that he approached his on stage work. Becoming a member of tyranny. Come on, man. What? Touch me in places where pleasure is seeking moonlight. What? What? When I awake, the sun dances in my face. The storytellers are in the building this evening, and Ike never misses. Really, what you do, Ike, the fervency with which you do it, the dedication to your delivery is felt every single time. Thank you, sir. I appreciate what you do every single time. All right, coming up next, another one of our resident musicians, another one of our truly beautiful poets who does what he does in different forms, right? Was not sure if he was going to make it this evening, but found a way to make it and come through. The one and only Catman Bill in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Catman. Great to see you. Please take it away.
Okay, sure. Well, musically, you can find me at Catman Bill, Hartford, Connecticut, on YouTube for my songs, and my one book, Donald's Vanity Tantrums, is found on all platforms, including Amazon. And I really didn't know what to do tonight. I was going to sing a song. I was going to discuss the horrible condition and the horrible case of unhumanity of killing everyone in this world. I don't want to do that. I had some nasty, very nasty stand-up stuff that I haven't done in 3 years. And I used to think of Ray James talking about getting the boot. And I was always scared that I was going to get the boot one day. And I was going to do my nasty. But I've decided to I'm going to read quickly the last short story in my second edition of Donald's Vanity Tantrums. And by the way, in all due respect to the gentleman Raoul, I have been voting for the less bad president most of my life. And I think that's what we have to understand, is that we can't always get what we want, but frequently have to vote for the less bad. And by no means is Joe Biden one of my heroes. I don't disagree. Okay, my cat Babe and Donald Trump have something in common. Recently, I prepared to have spaghetti dinner, but I couldn't find the bowl that I normally use. I looked high and low for the bowl. I walked through every room in my house searching for it. I opened every kitchen cabinet. I even went down into the basement with the off chance that I decided to eat my pasta in my unfinished basement. No bowl. I could have put the bowl somewhere during a sleepwalking episode. I never thought I had a sleepwalking problem, but you never know. Nothing. The bowl was gone. Then as I sat back in my studio and put my feet up on my desk, I looked up on a shelf, and there was the bowl. After eating my pasta one evening, I had placed the bowl, I had placed it there a week ago, so one of my cats couldn't get at the remaining tomato sauce and olive oil. Babe has a voracious appetite, and he will eat anything he can get his paws on. If he had gotten hold of my pasta dish, he would have had another diarrhea episode around the house, and cat diarrhea is no fun to wipe up. This all reminds me of the need to keep private citizen Donald Trump away from the White House, lest he again crap all over the institution he did the first go-around. He was so unfit and unstable that the certain military chiefs had to ensure he couldn't get his hands on the nuclear codes during the last days in office. Those were and are those of his supporters conveniently forget those moments. But I will never forget how much Trump crapped all over America. Every word out of his mouth was a lie. He befriended our enemies, and he made life difficult for our friends. He hired the worst creeps in administrative positions. He likely gave up national secrets to Putin. He encouraged an insurrection when he didn't get his way to be reelected. He deregulated as much as possible. And in case you forget, regulations are put in place to protect its citizens. He stole multiple boxes of confidential documents, and he not only refused to give them up, but he had them piled in his bathroom and in performance space and had them scattered on his floors. He reduced taxes for the wealthy corporate community, and now we have runaway debt. The Republicans are doing a blame game on the Democrats, par for the course. Let's not forget that Trump has something in common with my cat, Babe, who was found almost newborn and deprived of food in my driveway on a cold December morning a few years ago. He's a wonderful cat now, but if he gets anywhere near some remaining oil in my frying pan or anywhere near my pasta bowl, he will lick it up and he will splat diarrhea all over my house, just like Trump did, just like Trump will do if he is reelected by those who think he has their best interests at heart. By the way, he doesn't have our interests at heart. He has no heart. He's a narcissistic personality. He has a narcissistic personality disorder. A narcissistic personality disorder reveals that truth. Thank you. And by the way, this is my book, and it's $15, and you can get it anywhere and enjoy it. It's what I do.
He said he has no heart. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Catman Bill.
Read that. He has no heart. You're right. He has no heart.
The catman arrived. The catman arrived. Information there. That is all
proven that. We've
fact.
proven that over
The
and over.
catman arrived. The catman was here.
Listen, I love that. Come on, flex, Catman. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out Catnip in the building, flexing on them, showing that New York love on them. That's what I'm talking about. Coming back at you, Catman. Come on.
I just wanted to say this. When Trump was in court testifying, I went down there and I got in line at 6 in the morning because I wanted to be in the courtroom because I just wanted to see the madness in person. So I was there in that courtroom. And afterward, I thought, what if I stood up at the back of the court while he was on the stand and yelled something really, really nasty to him? You know, really nasty. Something like, what did he do to his daughter? And of course, I would have been immediately incarcerated, but I would have been, the international media would have wanted to interview me. And every time they interviewed me, I would put up my book and talk about it. And I would have my 200,000 sales so that I could buy my animal rescue farm. But I chickened out.
Thank you, Catman, for such an illustriously beautiful story. Courtrooms are minefields. You never know where you're going to step on one when you step into that courtroom. So I think that your caution was well placed. What you said in the first piece, it reminded me of a saying that starts with the devil you know, right? I love the fact that we can exist on both sides of the political track and still love each other, right? He said crap all over the institution. He did the first go around. He mentioned all of this paperwork piled in his bathroom. What is he using it for in his bathroom? Is he reading it while he's taking? Or is he using it while he's taking? I don't know. I'm just saying. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Jan-4-2024. Glad you were able to make it through and share your incredible artistry with us. I appreciate you, sir. Truly. All right. Jan-4-2024 was the last member of our guaranteed list. We are moving into the good luck round. Listen, I don't want to cut anyone short, but if you have shorter poems, I would appreciate you using them. We are 30 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Again, I love this. I could do this all night, but I know we have bills to pay. So let's get to this good luck round. Coming up first on the good luck round, this poet's voice will definitely stick to you. It's kind of like honey buns that kind of stick to you. You know what I mean? When that sugar just stays with you. The one and only Sri Lal is in the building. You're not sure why I said what I said? You're about to find out, because this poet does what they do very beautifully. Please let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. It's great to be here. I am Sri Lal Dev on Instagram. And okay, I actually have a very short poem, so I'll share that with you tonight. What is beautiful? What is ugly? In this myriad jagad, who dares say your God erred in what he made you to be? So, do not lose sleep, hair, or teeth over a false ideal, the standard of a man you do not know and will never meet. You were not born to be possession or pariah. Do not lose yourself. The light in you cannot be weighed or measured. Peace.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. The light in you cannot be weighed or measured. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sri Lal.
So beautiful. Sure, you don't need a lot of words to say a lot of love.
It
was coming through.
Singing that beautiful energy. That's what.
You know, Sri Lal, that reminds me of the original haiku form, right? The way it is a short form, but it was meant to be a performance form and very powerful, very pungent. And that is exactly what that poem was. Very powerful, very pungent. Thank you so much for that. Over a false idol, right? You are not born to be possession. You are not born to be possession. That's just. I'm gonna challenge you, Sri Lal. I'm gonna challenge you at some point throughout the year, because that just it reminds me of an empowerment poem from what you just said in that line. You are not born to be possession. That to me sounds like the basis of an empowerment poem. So that will be your challenge throughout the year, is to write an empowerment poem based on that line. You are not born to be possession. Thank you, Sri Lal. A mainstay of our community, make sure you are plugging in with Sri Lal. All right. Final four poets, y'all. Coming up next, the OG in the building. Highest metachlorian count that I know of. The Jedi Master continues to do what he does. You can hear the lightsaber swaying back and forth when he rips. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let the folks know where they can find you, Paul Skiff. It is great to see you, man. It is always such a pleasure for me to introduce you, right? You are one of the folks who rocked with the founders. I thank you so much for staying with us, staying loyal, and reminding us of how we need to do it. Thank you. Please take it away.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much for those words. What a glorious edition this has been, huh, folks? I've been totally overpowered by it all. And Raul, I really appreciate your finger poking in the hive. I love that coming from anybody, anytime. I'm kind of in the Catman camp there, though. Republicans and Democrats, they just spend all my money and treat me like trash. I hate them all with all my light. I'm just going to do some short things, few short things from this series, Figures of Speech, that are based on idioms and cliches. And then I'll finish with another very short piece from a series with these two characters, Big Laugh and Little Laugh. Disregard all other considerations. Prioritize your own gratification, and if you really do not mind looking like you do not mind, suit yourself. The next one is, a meaning throbs that brings us together with value essential to the location of significance, known by vitality, in a recognition we share about what is important at the heart of the matter. The next one is, melody of indifference floats reassurance against inevitable loss when lack of alternative says, what the heck? So consequence feels like a chance. You have no choice but to risk, while pretending to be without care goes whistling past the graveyard. And the last one from this series is very short. If an employee is expected to work like a dog, do not be surprised when they lift their leg on the profit motive. And the last poem I'll do is from this series of just a very short intro. This is two characters. They're not human, so they have the virtue of being able to sit around and make observations on all the human foibles. What's a job? Asked Big Laugh. Well, a job is a kind of self-hate disguised as an important responsibility, answered Little Laugh. Does that mean if I hate myself enough to get a job, people will respect me? Asked Little Laugh. Yeah, kind of works that way, replied Little Laugh. So if I make a lot of money, does that mean my self-loathing will be incognito? Asked Big Laugh. Well, no, a lot of money can't hide your self-hate, admonished Little Laugh. But it will get you a lot of people who are really good at hiding their own self-hate enough to act like they are your best friend.
Hiding their own self-hate enough to pretend they're your best friend? Damn it! Unmute yourself, give me help for Paul Skiff!
Oh,
I know.
Oh, I love those. I love those.
The skip always goes in the skip verse. Oh my God.
Too many spinning plates, but we got to do the word show again.
He never misses. I don't know how he does it.
Oh man.
And Paul Skiff has been rocking. Paul Skiff has been rocking for years with the cafe. Years. Like I said, some people do this. We do this. And he's been doing it and doing it and doing it well longer than some folks have even been writing or dabbling in poetry. Right? Prioritize your own gratification. What is important at the heart of the matter? Does that mean my self-hate will be imposing? Listen, man. Paul Skiff is absolutely real in what he does, whether it be in the Zoomverse or in real life. I've seen him on stage. Paul Skiff is amazing. Thank you, OG. You really maintain the energy of the founders, of the OG, like some other members of our community that keep us going in that same direction. Thank you for all that you do and for continuing to share it with us. Appreciate you. All right. 3 poets left, y'all. Coming up next, this poet, I'm telling you, he always finds a way to find himself toward the end of the list. If he's not the closer, he's usually one of the last 2 or 3 poets on the mic. The one and only Prince of P is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Prince of P. It is always great to see you. Is that a Dreamville sweatshirt? Come on, man. Take it away.
Also, I'll put my link in the chat after I'm done. I'll be reading 2 poems. The first poem is called "The Day I Become a Firework." Fireworks hang like ornaments, sparkle like stars scattered across the tangerine orange sky. So bright, I wish I could jump high. Whenever I get down, I go around and around in my mind, overly overthinking, you can say. Thoughts are like fireworks, explosive in my gray sky of a mind. Do this all while I'm standing upright, staring right into the void, by the calm waters where human assistance is void. In a world full of invectives, I'd rather be alone. Explosive eyes of the cosmos, the sun and the moon, are beacons of day and night, both constellations because of their shapes. Beside them are the tiny, fierce fireworks surrounding them. When I become that firework, I will burn for an eternity. Then I will be admired by others, aspired others to be fierce fireworks in the cosmos. And that poem is called "Dear Mother." January 3rd, 1966, he fell upon the earth. We were birthed in similar named hospitals. St. Joseph's, mine in Paderborn, Germany, yours in Tacoma, the city in swirling aroma. Asking questions, calverting in my heart. What was life like? Was it rough? You were the baby out of 9 children grandma conceived. Did you get bullied? Just want to know, Ma. Books were paramount, as if books made you bookish. Or the day you bled, January 24th, 1991, 10:02 p.m. That day, the one laid in your memory bank. How did you feel when Grandma passed? Were you gasped by grief of death since you left? Where was your mind in a bond? Because if it seemed you lost it, but before it all, you weren't perfect, but I love you. Didn't take care of your health. Now I know that where the wealth is. I always mind my biz. Well, sometimes you turn into a spirit you turn into a spirit living in an urn. Sorry for my mistakes. I was decent though. See you in the afterlife. In the poem.
Yo, your writing is pretty damn incredible, Principe. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Principe.
That was really, really nice.
You just keep going,
Principe to the death.
Don't ever stop going in and under your own writing and lifting it and lifting it. Don't ever stop that.
Principe, you're an aphorism factory. Every time I hear you, I want one of your phrases on a plaque on my wall. I always mind my business. Well, sometimes.
Yo, you just got a compliment for one of the truest. So, Principe, what I implore you to do, go back on the recording and make sure you heard what the OG just told you. Listen, Principe, your writing continues to evolve. Really, what you do is incredible, right? The day I bounce a firework, right? Overthinking, right? Thoughts are like fireworks in a world full of Invictus, right? I will burn for an eternity, right? I will inspire others to be fearless as fireworks in the cosmos. Love that. Right? In the second poem, you're talking about people. I think you mentioned Tacoma in there, right? And swirling aromas, right? Baby of 9 children. As if books make you bookish, right? We weren't perfect, but I love you sound as perfect as we could possibly get to. Thank you, Principe, for always rocking with us, right? And I don't know about that. I don't know how you found that cheat code to always get toward the end, but I love it. Truly, I love it. All right. 2 more poets left, y'all. Appreciate you for rocking with us. We gonna try to get you out of here like right at 3 hours. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. But I love y'all for rocking with us. Coming up next, Storm God's in the building. The atmosphere rearranger is here, y'all. I'm telling you. If you aren't sure, if you aren't ready, batten down the hatches, because here he comes. The one and only Zomkonto in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Zomkonto. It is always great to see you, brother. Come on, take it away.
To the greatest of all times, all of you that made this an amazing magical moment with your words. This is what I wrote to theme, okay? Riddle me this. If the greatest romance was based off just looking into someone's eyes, would the best love ever belong to those who were born blind? If they saw each other through just touch, riddle me this, would they recognize the maps in their fingerprints and know that each line spells Africa? Would their love belong to the same continent? Riddle me this. My dad fought the liberation war to free Zimbabwe, but can I free him from his demons? And the 5 shots that he took, can I call my dad Tupac? Riddle me that. My dad still has bullets floating in his stomach, such that when he eats his dinner, it is mixed with a bit of silver death. Riddle me this. My dad came back smelling of death, and he fell into my mother's arms like a child needing to suckle one more time. Riddle me this. I was his newly born child then, and we fought for the very same breath. Riddle me this. Why, why, why the women that I loved got breast cancer, and God sent back men who were broken to suckle off the last bits of revolution left? Who said me and Daddy had to fight for the very same titty as if he had not held an AK-47 just a few months ago? And now that same man was back searching for heaven underneath my mama's petticoats. Riddle me this. My dad told me he loved me the way Israel loved Palestine, a bomb at a time. And each bit of shrapnel that hit me was 1,000 Hamas to the spine. Riddle me this. The greatest romance is born inside the belly of a woman who dreamed of having a child and her placenta refused to hold. The greatest riddle is God saying, I arrived in the night to give Mary her virgin birth. Riddle me that. Poor Joseph. My dad had 5 bullet wounds, five bullet riddles in his stomach, and he ate them like a boss, then came back from the war as Jesus on a very heavy cross to bear. So riddle me this. I'm a soldier whose father came back dying to the front of my mama's breast. He fought me off my mother's chest like I wasn't his own son. So riddle me this. Was his thirst from just coming back from war, or did he come back home strictly to fight me? Riddle me this. One love.
Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Zone Conto.
Never
fails.
Always
fantastic. You're such a beautiful soul. My God, what a
Oh my God.
what did you do to us? How could you do that?
Joseph, you're right. Michael Sintai. Joseph did really get screwed.
God, what? It's like I would adopt that.
Please call us back 24/7, toll free at 83.
You know what I'm saying? It just goes and it goes and it goes. Like, oh my gosh. I told y'all, atmosphere rearranger in the building. Shout out Storm Gods in the building. This dude, listen, man. What I love about our community is why I continue to say, I know I'm biased, but it's the greatest community in the world. Why? Because we can get people like Raw James, we can get people like Bill Elkins, we can get people like Ike Waltz, we can get people like Michael Sindler and Gustav Salas and Doug Silver and Garland Thompson and Principe, and we can still talk about some real shit, right? We can still hear what CCR Chagra is talking about, and we can still feel the essence of what Catman Bill is saying. And then Zonconto has a nerve to come in here and bring the damn boom. Can I free him from his demons? To know that each line spells Africa. The maps in your fingerprints to know that each line spells Africa. Can I call my dad Tupac? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. My dad came back smelling like death. That gave me goosebumps, sir, because my father went to Vietnam and he came back smelling like the exact same thing. Right? Suckle off the last revolution left. My dad said he loved me the way Israel loves Palestine. Come on, man. I am a soldier. I am a soldier. I am the greatest riddle alive. I am a soldier. Y'all do this shit to me, man. I get so excited about poetry. Thank you so much, Koto, for doing what you do and bringing all of that energy in what you do. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We have got one poet left on our good luck round. Before we get to this beautiful poet, let me shout out a couple folks. Shout out Marty, who was on the list but couldn't make it through. Shout out Subject Matter, the artist. Listen, LBC in the building. Appreciate you. Graybeards. Julian Matthews in the building. If you are unfamiliar with Julian Matthews, that cat is 100% incredible. I got a chance to be published with Julian Matthews. Listen, that cat is 100% incredible. So let's end the night all the way out on the West Coast, straight from the Puget Sound. Right? Listen, we have been delighted in this artist's work a couple of times throughout the years that I've been rocking in this community. But let me tell you, if you are unfamiliar with what this poet is going to do, I can promise you this. It will be 100% heartfelt, because her significant other always sets the world in balance. The one and only Deneen is in the building. It's been too long, Deneen. Let the world know where they can find you online, Deneen. It is great to see you. Please, take it away.
No, I'm not online. I'm not even a poet, really. I just write stuff. I'm an academic writer, so I'm not a poet. So can I say it?
You're absolutely amazing. I don't care if you consider yourself a poet or an academic or an academic poet or a poet who's an academic. You're incredible. Please take it away.
Okay. I just wanted to say these things are offensive to my sensibilities. If I can't drown them, then can I arrest them? All of them, the children, no asylum for them. That's it.
Oh, of course there's no asylum for them, because they don't think that they have a mind strong enough to even need it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Deneen.
You're a poet. That was incredibly beautiful.
Love you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a perfect ending.
That was nice.
Yes.
That was nice.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael.
You're a poet now.
Always a pleasure to have you here. You always add a perfect.
It's one in a row.
Always had a purpose.
Joeski knew what he was doing when he found it.
That was beautiful.
Oh,
You're
right.
a poet now.
Right.
So you're in.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. Listen. This is Joeski. Some of my favorite Joeski C songs are about either Deneen or his mother-in-law, which was Deneen's mother. And let me tell you how much Joeski C loves his wife and his mother-in-law. I'm telling you, if it's not a Joeski C song that's about social justice, I want to hear songs about his beautiful wife. And for those of you who are not necessarily familiar with our community, Joeski C even shared his daughter's incredible artistry with us, right? let me tell you, they are incredible creative beings. From Joski to Deneen to their daughter, they are incredible creative beings. Deneen, right? Offensive to sensibility, like you are the balance, right? There's such a balance and an anchor to divine femininity. And the only reason, I've said this before, the only reason that Joski C is able to do what he does as fervently and as beautiful as he does, because he's got support from an incredible being whose name is Deneen. Thank you. Thank you. I'm coming back at you, Deneen. I'm coming back at you. Come on, Joski. I want to hear what she has to say. Coming back at you, Deneen. Coming back at you. Yeah. I want to hear all of it. Come on.
You are an incredible host, and I love it. And I love this show. And I love hearing all the poets. I appreciate you all. And then only thing I wanted to say about that thing, the thing I wrote, it's about the Texas. They put those things to drown those people, and then they went to court to see if they can continue to drown them. That makes no sense to me.
No.
They said, then can I arrest them then? And I was like, oh wow.
See, and thank you, Deneen. Thank you, right? Because this is why poets are so important in every generation, because we get a chance to spotlight those things, right? CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they get certain segments, right? But we can write whole poems. We can have an entire evening about these things and how, detrimental or how evil they are to our progress, right? To trying to influence the future in positive ways. So what you do and everything that you have written this evening is perfect in what we're talking about. Hence the reason of the theme. Riddle me this, Batman.
Yes.
Where the hell are we going?
That's right. I don't. Yeah. This is crazy. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense, but it makes perfect sense to some people. Thank you all. I truly appreciate y'all. Listen, we have reached the end of the evening. Y'all have been 100% amazing. I can't really and truly thank you all enough for all that you have done. Make sure you are plugging in with the cafe in all of its facets. For those of you who are in the know, I will hang out for about 15 minutes so we can kick off the cipher. For folks who don't know what the cipher is, it's about a 15-minute or so collective at the end of the show so we can get together and actually talk about the poems. And listen, I know there's some controversial things said this evening, and folks are looking forward to getting into that cipher so we can talk about that shit. And I'm looking forward to it too. But listen, y'all are 100% amazing. This wouldn't happen without y'all. To every poet who touched the mic this evening, I love y'all. I thank y'all so very much. We are going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjure this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until we meet again, peace.